Hello everyone, welcome to this crash test. Today I'm testing these powdered smoothies from the French brand Frugies. I had already tested a similar concept a few years ago. I invite you to check out the video by clicking right here, and honestly, I wasn't convinced. But since then, of course, you've left your comments and counter-arguments, and it's true that a lot of relevant points came out of that. So I'm going to discover this with you, we'll see together how it turns out, and of course, I'll try to be as objective as possible with the perspective I've gained since then. I discovered this brand thanks to the show Who Wants to Be My Partner on M6, and I ordered right away, but it took almost 2 months to arrive at my place. Quite simply because they underestimated the impact of being broadcast on television and they couldn't handle the influx of orders. That still appears true as I record this, since their website says there's a 6 to 8 week delay. Honestly, that seems really extremely long to me, and I hope they'll be able to find a solution quickly since their competitor delivers in just a few days. So, in terms of promises, it's made in France, certified organic with no coloring or preservatives, no added sugar, and the packaging is supposed to be recyclable. Let me suggest that we open it together. The good news is the box is small enough to fit easily in a mailbox. Let's check inside. Okay, so we have a little thank you card with Florent and his mom. It's a family business. Here we have the shaker that we'll use to make our mixes. I think you're starting to get familiar with this kind of product. And finally, here we have the different freeze-dried smoothie packets that are part of the Discovery Pack. So as you can see, there are a whole bunch of flavors available. And here, I have to tell you that I'm quite surprised because what I received doesn't match the visuals that are currently on their website and that were already there when I placed my order. And that's actually a good thing because when you compare them with those from the Kenko brand, I can tell you that it was clearly a blatant copy. Whether it was the packaging, the sachets, the bottle, or even the presentation visuals, everything was almost identical. And it reassures me that they've gone in a different direction and are starting to have their own identity. Rather than really taking a lot of inspiration from a brand that already works and does exactly the same thing, indeed, it can be tempting to replicate a model that exists and works well elsewhere, but I still think it's nice to have a little touch of creativity and above all, originality. I hope that's true for the recipes since they look appealing to me. Let's start with the flavor. Ruby, which contains 13 blueberries, 6 raspberries, 6 blackberries, 6 red currants, 5 strawberries, 1/3 of a banana, 1 date, and nothing else. To start, you need to put 200 milliliters of fresh water into the bottle. Open the packet on the side using the little tear area. Honestly, it looks pretty well made and all that's left is to pour everything inside. Okay, so we have a nice red powder. So, first what I noticed compared to Kenko is that the packets are much bigger, there's more powder, and you need to add less water. So, in theory, we're going to have something more concentrated. Now, I'll close it up and follow a tip you gave me in the comments of the last video. Apparently, it's more effective to mix everything horizontally. So, let's go. And also to make some circular movements, not just back and forth. And here's the result. I have to say, the color is really appealing, it's really intense. I'll pour it into a glass to show the consistency. Okay, so it's still relatively liquid. You can see the little seeds that are typical of red fruits. And now, all that's left is to taste it. Well, this part is going to be a bit subjective. Obviously, I can't help that. Wow. Well, I have to tell you, this is really good. It's much better than what I tasted back then, and I already liked the red fruit flavor. Here, we're really not far from a fresh smoothie, even though, of course, it's not exactly the same thing. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. It's really good. I don't know how they managed to get this result, but it's super convincing. Honestly, well done. I could drink it all at once, but I'm not going to since I have others to try and I don't want to get indigestion. Anyway, you get the idea, and I just had my dad, who films the videos with me, try it. He thinks it's good, but he does say you can tell it's not made with fresh fruit. You can't have it all. Let's go to the next packet. So here we have the Ivory, with 1/3 of a pineapple, 1/5 of a mango, 1/4 of an orange, 1/4 of a banana, 1/4 of an apple, and half a date. And I just noticed, but each time it shows the amount of fruits and vegetables it corresponds to, compared to what's recommended for daily consumption. And so here, apparently this corresponds to half of the recommended daily intake per packet. So let's go, okay, it comes out much more easily. The powder, as you can see, is really ivory colored. There you go, perfect in terms of smell. It seems really super concentrated. You can really smell all the ingredients listed on the packet. It's quite unsettling. It doesn't smell chemical at all, so I'll close it up and start mixing again. Oh, it's splattering a bit. Oh no, it's just me. It's overflowing. Did I not close it properly? What's going on? Well, it must be me. As usual, I'm shaking it. And apparently we're good now. Once again, it really does look like a real smoothie. I'm going to pour this into my glass. Well, it looks more liquid this time. That's weird. It really smells like pineapple. I don't know if you can see on camera, but there are many small pieces. As for taste, you can drink it without any problem. I think you can go for it confidently. They've set a high bar for quality. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels a lot less industrial than Kenko, just to name them. Maybe it's also because here, we're dealing with a French brand. So our tastes here might be a bit more demanding than in some other countries. What works for them might not work for us. In any case, at home it wasn't a success, whereas here, honestly, there's nothing to complain about. I think it's really good. Now I'm going to try some more original recipes. Here I have the kurma, with carrot and turmeric in particular, and other fruits that are also found in the other recipes. And here, the green one, with spinach leaves and chia seeds in particular. We'll see if it works or not, so I'll start with the orange one. I like the color system, at least it's easy to find your way around, and on top of that, the preparations really have the color in question. So here, it's something less common. We're not necessarily used to this combination, so we'll see how it turns out. Let's say it's a bit riskier in terms of taste, but believe me, I'll make an effort. Oh wow, oops, this time I've got big pieces. I really think this time it's actually carrot. Well, they're not huge either, but I wasn't really expecting that. We'll see how it turns out. Taste-wise, I think you can really see them here. The appearance is less appealing, but the smell is pretty good. And as for the taste, honestly, I was expecting something I wouldn't like, but this is actually pretty decent. It's not my favorite, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's strange because there's no added sugar, and yet it still has that sweet taste. It really feels like drinking fruit juice. And I think it's the date that makes this possible. Now let's try the spinach version, which is probably one of the least liked foods. And this will be the last one, since honestly, I don't even need to taste the other packets to know that I'm going to like them, especially considering the ingredients they have, and the flavors are also more classic. So how does it smell? Oh wow, whoa, it smells really green, ouch, 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 ouch. Well, I can't guarantee that I'm going to like it, but that's purely personal. You shouldn't take it negatively. This actually reminds me of the vegetable juices you find in supermarkets. It has exactly the same texture and the same kind of colors. But the smell, I just can't. I really don't like this and know it's not for me. It's not as bad as I thought. I don't know what they put in it. I think there's kiwi and it really hides the taste of spinach and broccoli. There's broccoli too. I forgot to mention it, so at the risk of repeating myself, it's pretty impressive. Honestly, it's almost better than the classic or popular flavors from the other brand. So I don't know how they developed their recipe, if there were testers and so on. But honestly, I think it's flawless. Whether it's in terms of promises, taste, packaging, or even ease of use, honestly, it's great. But still, there are a few flaws that I noticed. One packet only lets you make 20 centiliters of smoothie, which isn't even as much as a can. And each one costs about €3 depending on the subscription or the offers you choose. Which is honestly overpriced, especially when you compare it to the smoothies you can buy in stores. So sure, it's very convenient, you can take them anywhere, they keep for almost a year, and they're also organic and healthy. But it's not affordable for everyone, and I think they need to make an effort in that area. So I'm going to approve this crash test because it's good and I like the concept. But still, I won't be a regular customer because of the prices. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you had a pleasant time with me, and as for me, I'll see you very soon for new adventures. Goodbye.